Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today we have a 2008. It's a Toyota Camry. The problem we have is that in the back, when you're driving this vehicle and you go over bumps, you can hear a lot of banging in the back of the car. It's not the struts. It's a very simple thing. It actually happens on this car all the time. In the back, you have the sway bar. On the end of the sway bar, you have stabilizer links. The links on the end have a tiny, tiny little bit of play in them, but the big problem with this car here is the sway bar bushings themselves. Where the sway bar fits through the bushing, there's a lot of play up and down inside there. I'm going to bring you in there. I'm going to show you what I mean. It seems like it's a very insignificant amount of play, but I've seen them on this car before. Even the slightest bit of play in here whatsoever is going to cause the rattling noise when you go over bumps. On the lift here, you have a little play, but once you factor in the weight of the vehicle going over the suspension, that noise gets pretty substantial. So let me show you what it is, and then I'm going to show you how to resolve the problem. I'm going to make a phone call to the customer first and see exactly what they want to do, whether they want to do just the sway bar bushings or they want to change the links while we're in there. So let me bring you in now. I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll make that phone call. This is the sway bar bushing right up inside here. And you can see it bolts up through here. It looks like 12 or 13 millimeter bolts. The play that you have in there is just that little bit. Let's see. You see that movement inside there? It doesn't seem like a lot of play, but that's absolutely causing his rattling noise in the back. So, all right, let's make a phone call and let's see what he wants to do. Okay, we did talk to the customer, give him the price on it, and he elected to do the sway bar links as well as the bar bushings. So first thing we're going to do now is we're going to take these wheels off. You know what, let me bring you in. I'm going to show you why. Okay, as you know, to change these up here, we're just going to take out these bolts. You can see already I sprayed them with penetrating oil so we don't have a problem. So we are going to take out these bolts here. Be careful, you do not want to snap these off. In here we're going to put an Allen key, and then we're going to take off that nut right there. And the reason we have to take the wheels off is because, as you can see up underneath here, you see how it, let's get you in there so you can see. You see up inside here how it faces in towards the wheel. We're just going to take the wheel off for a little bit easier access up underneath here. So all right, let's take the wheels off and let's continue. Okay, so this is what we're going to do up here. Oh yeah, you can see they were sensor track shocks, and they were probably loaded, so it's a complete assembly. So we're going to find the Allen key that we need to get in here, and then we'll continue with that. So all right, let me get some tools and we'll continue. Okay, just going to give you an example of what tools you're going to need. Now obviously these are the ones from the right side. I already disconnected those and hung those up already, but these are the tools you're going to need. You're going to need an air gun. If you don't have an air gun, you're just going to need a socket. It does make it a little easier when you have an air gun to do it, but if not, you can do it with a socket. We're going to need an 18 millimeter wrench, a 14, a 3/8. I think this is 15, that's 14 millimeter. We're going to need an extension with a 12 millimeter socket, a couple of ratchets, very long extensions. You're going to need an Allen key to get in to hold the, actually, you know what, let me show you. To hold the end of the stabilizer link right there, but I'll explain that to you in just a minute. A light so we can see what we're doing. A hammer just in case, and these are the replacement parts. Now, the replacement part, as you see, is a little different than the standard factory part. Now you see in here, you have to get in here with the Allen key. They strip out all the time. Once they strip out, you have no choice but to cut that off with a hacksaw or a sawzall or something like that. What I like about the replacements here, these are actually made by Moog, this particular one. You can get in here with a wrench and you can hold it in the back like that while you tighten this up right here. So later on down the road, if you need to change it for any reason again, you can just hold this in the back here and you don't have to worry about that little hole right there stripping out and causing you a problem. This is the bushing itself that holds the bar in place, and as you can see, there's a big difference in the size right there. You can feel the difference when you put your finger in there. You could feel the difference. You see how far it goes in there? And look at here, it goes all the way up past my knuckles. So this one here is worn out, and that was the side that was not bad. The driver's side is the one that was the worst. So let me show you what I did up underneath here. For now, I did take out that bushing there. I installed a new bushing in here, and I just have it hung in there loosely. I didn't tighten anything up yet, and this, as you can see, is loose in here as well. We're not going to tighten this up until we get the other side done too. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here with an air gun, and we're going to shoot that nut loose. It's not going to come off, but it will break it loose so that I can hold this in here with the Allen key and then take this off right here. Keep in mind that with the Allen key, you're holding that shaft stationary, but you're not turning the Allen key to get it off. You're actually turning the nut to get it off. Here and up on the top here, and then we're going to take out those two bolts there, that one and the one in the back there. All right, so all right, let's get in here and let's get started. So that breaks that bolt loose. You see how it's loose, but it just keeps on spinning the shaft. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're going to disconnect that. Now remember what I said. You're actually not turning the Allen key in here. You're actually using the wrench to turn it to get it off. So we're going to put the wrench on. We're going to put our Allen key in. And remember, it's going to be a little bit rusty in there as well. And now just hold the hold the ratchet and use the wrench to get it off. Okay. And now we didn't strip that out. We can just take this off and we'll continue on the bottom now. We're going to do the same thing right there. Shoot that off now. It's probably just going to spin like the other one, but we'll see. Okay? Just spinning. So again, we just put our wrench on it like this. Put our Allen key in there like that, and then we turn the wrench and just hold the Allen key in place so we don't strip it out. Now if it strips out, don't worry about it. It's a little more work, but you just have to get in here with a Sawzall and cut that nut off this way here. All right, so we'll take this out now. And now we're going to take out the bolts up on the bottom here. Now, you can use an air gun to take these two out. I don't like using air back here because sometimes they'll just snap right off. So I do take it out by hand, but you can use an air gun if you wanted to get it out. Okay, now you'll notice that this bracket right here has a little hook on the back of it like that. So we're just going to pull this out just like this. And that play that you had was right inside there. All right, so let's take this out. Like that. We'll take our replacement. Put our replacement over the bar, and you can see it's significantly tighter on there. All right, we're going to take this and we're going to hook this end back up on the top here first. the bolts. Just so you know, I do never seize these bolts just to make them come out easier in the future. And now we're just going to catch these by hand for now. We're not going to tighten anything up yet. All right, so that's good for now. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put our sway bar link back in place where it came out. On the bottom, we're going to catch it with the bolt for now. Catch the one up on top, of course, the same thing. And now we're going to tighten everything up. Okay, like I said, you could use an air gun if you wanted to. Tighten the other side. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to tighten up that bolt right there. Okay, what I like about these is that you get up here with the wrench, just like that, and you hold it, and we can tighten this up. All right, we'll do the same thing up top. Okay, we'll hold it with the wrench like this. That's nice and tight. I just want to point out one more thing to you. Now obviously I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Now you see the grease fittings? That one is facing down, so we can get in there real easy with the grease gun. But this one is facing up. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to get to, so we're going to turn that grease fitting now. And that's where this 3/8 wrench comes in handy. And we'll point it down so we can get grease into it. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here to this side, and we're going to tighten those up right there, and that's it. We'll be done. So let me tighten it up. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We have both sides sway bars on. We have all 4 of the bolts that hold the bar back in place, and you know what? I should have showed you this. We'll grab the bar. And you can see that there's no movement at all in that bar. Okay, so that's it. You're all set. Now, obviously, we are going to grease those grease fittings there so that they have a good amount of grease in them. We tightened up all 4 of the bolts on the bar bushing. We also tightened up the stabilizer links. Okay, so that's it. That I'm confident will take care of his problem. The noise will be gone. As always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.